What you gonna do? Oh, reboot, a reboot, a reboot.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I want to welcome you to today's edition of reBOOT. And I want to welcome you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. You see us -1 because Phoenix Leor is celebrating her birthday out of the country.
Fiercely. Fiercely. If
Oh
you
my
follow her, you know. And if you don't follow her, you need to. Because
Ooh,
she's doing it.
she put some videos up, Shelly Welly. I was like, this child is not playing. She means this
Popping.
thing.
She's popping. That's it. That is
What do you do
absolutely
for
it.
29? You leave the country, you celebrate yourself, you celebrate new beginnings. I'm telling you, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. But
Catch
as you
flights, not feelings.
listen, catch flight, not feelings. As you see, I am joined by our fearless Shelly Welly. How are you doing on today?
I am doing well. It has been a busy week. I'm sure it's been a busy week for everybody, finalizing Christmas plans, holiday plans, that sort of thing. So Fridays are always, I feel like, my dead day where I really don't have anything planned. So I'm chilling. I'm ready for this chat. I'm having a good time.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to see which one of these. I think I like that one better. I like being able to see you up close and personal since it's just the two of us. And since it is just the two of us today, I really wanted to take this opportunity. Let me say welcome, welcome, and thank you to everybody that has joined us on today. Let me pull my chat in so I can see everybody that's here with us. I want to say Mel Holiday is in the Lion's Den. It's good to see you, Mel. It's good to see you, SK8843. And I don't know about you guys, but it's Sheila Miles. I see you. I see you. I'm coming on up. Man, Shelly, it just feels like we've been away for eons. And I know, I think did we do last week? I can't even remember. Were we on last week?
We were on last week. I feel like last week was kind of a catch up. We got into some how's it to zits, just to see how everyone's been. But it was fun. It was relaxing. I liked it.
Yes. So it's good to have everybody back. I see some more out there that are not in our chat. You are definitely welcome to come on in and chat if you would like to join the conversation. But we always tell you, you're welcome, even if you just odd it from out. Hey, Shelly B, I just looked up and saw you. Good afternoon to you, sis. It's good to have you in reBOOT on this afternoon. Now, Shelly, this is what I am looking forward to today with your beautiful self. Tell me about this hair color. Is that your festive color? Is that the
Listen, no, you know what? This is a dye. Well, not gone wrong. It looked well when it was originally dyed, but dyes fade, and that's just what's happened. It was a royal blue that is now like a sea green kind of color. So I'm vibing with it. I'm like, look, doesn't look too bad. I'll leave it.
girl? It doesn't look bad at all. I wasn't saying that with any kind of shade. Now, did I miss the royal blue? Because I don't remember the royal blue.
I was not informed that fashion colors do not last very long on our hair texture.
Okay.
So the royal blue lasted maybe a week, maybe two, but it was so pretty while it lasted. And from what I hear is when you reapply, it lasts a little bit longer. So I'm gonna get it reapplied, but just rocking with the green for now. I kind of liked it whenever it started to fade.
Royal blue at Thanksgiving? Did I miss?
I wasn't. It had already faded. Because it faded so quickly. But I like it. Of course, it's been an interesting topic amongst my family because I'm venturing into like the professional world here pretty soon, and so everyone's like, blue hair. You're gonna have blue hair when you start working, and I'm like, well, yeah. And of course, my mom is just not having. Well, my stepmom Trivia is just not having it. She's just like, please, just for me, please dye it back before you start working.
Come on, tell them new waves, new flaves.
I don't know. I feel like no one's really tripping off a hair color these days. I feel like I see all kinds of hair colors in the professional world. So I'm like, let's do it.
So if Langston came home psychedelic at some point in her life as a mom, you'd be absolutely fine with that.
I would love it. I can't wait for her to ask me to dye her hair or like shave it or just something crazy. Jameis has already asked me for a red mohawk and I'm so excited for it. They can't have colors or they're not supposed to have colors at school, but I've noticed some other kids with colors. But I'm trying to follow the rules. They're not supposed to have colors at school. So as soon as summer hits, he's getting his red mohawk.
Oh, come through. I can't.
He wants red mohawk and silver nails. So I'm like, I'm here for it. I got to go get some silver nail polish. We're getting the red mohawk. We're doing it all for the summer.
I'm here for it. Now, so you don't have an issue, and I'm seeing others coming in. One reason is in the room. Hey, he is a streamer. You guys, I want you, if you're not following him, please follow One Reason. He will bless your whole life. He's a vibe. Shelly B, I want you all to get these follows in. Anita Harvey, I see you in the room, and come through. So as we get into it, I'm looking and I'm understanding then you don't have a problem with his nails being silver.
No, I don't. I feel like when my dad hears that they're silver, he's going to have a field day, but I feel like that's an older generation thing. I'm like, I saw guys with their nails painted growing up, and they were very much, I think the older generation, the thought is that the nail polish leads into homosexuality, but I just think that that's such an absurd thought. So I'm like, I know guys who have their nails painted and they're very much straight. So there's clearly not a problem there. So I'm doing it.
I have a friend whose son who is he's a virtuoso. He's a genius on the guitar. And to my surprise, he's so good that one of the guitar companies has named a guitar after him. Literally.
Oh, wow.
That's how good he is. He's a young man that really people took note of him when he was in his teenage years. He's just barely 20 something now. Anyway, and he's played almost with all of the huge superstars and names everywhere. I mean, people gravitate to this young man, and this brother is cold. He and his wife are madly in love, and he paints his nails when he goes out on the guitar and plays. I've noticed. I think I picked this up earlier this year, maybe the end of last year. And I was like, wow, I had no idea that Justice would paint his nails. But his nails are all kinds of colors. They are absolutely beautiful. And I thought to myself, because I know the fam, and I'm looking and I'm saying, oh my God, if the family of his that I know, we all grew up together. Hey, Crazy Berrytown, Jay Betts, come in, you guys. Crazy Berrytown is a streamer, and anybody that missed her this morning, she was in Yes You O Cubed, and I'm telling you what, something's launching in here that's awesome. If you're not following Crazy Berrytown, please follow Crazy Berrytown. I see you, Jay Betts. You said, hey, y'all, gender is a construct. Deconstructed humans be human. I love it. Mm-hmm. I looked at that. Justice West. One reason, he is a phenom. He's out there. I grew up with the family. Matter of fact, I used to babysit his mom back in the day. And Justice has all of his nails done, and they are so beautiful. But in my mind, I'm gonna tell you what I thought. I wonder what his mother and the rest of the family said, because I know they're from that very conservative Pentecostal background. And I thought to myself, I bet they had a pure decal, but maybe they didn't. Maybe they were fine because it's a different time. It's a different time. But I know the ones that I grew up with, it would have been like, oh my God, did y'all see Justice? He's got his nails done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Same here. The people that I grew up around, they are probably going to have a field day. But hey, he'll be fine.
The red mohawk, come through.
I'm ready. The red mohawk is what I'm really ready for, because there's so many different ways to do red dye, especially on like kinky curly hair. So I'm ready to try. Ladybug. You caught a ladybug? Yeah, bug. Oh wow, and you got marker. I'm ready to try all the different ways so that we can explore what works for his hair and find something that really sticks.
Hi. Hi, Langston. How are you?
Langston's already adventuring into the makeup world.
Langston, you are beautiful. How are you today?
How are you?
Got my red.
You got on your red?
Red, yeah.
And what else? What color is your shirt, Langston?
What color is your shirt? Sorry, I poked you.
This is color pink.
Oh,
very close to pink. Yes,
come through. You got those colors down. And what makeup is that she has on her head? There,
Crayola marker. Because when we have art time, Langston cannot fathom just coloring on the pages. She has to color on something else.
But you know what? And I'm gonna say this. Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen, they did an interview, and the chat is saying hi, Langston. And yes, one reason it's Justice West. That's correct. It was interesting that she said, and tell me if you're this kind of mom, because I thought this was just unbelievable. She said, they both said together, their mother was that one that all the way back then, they got to take the crayons and draw on the wall, draw on the floor, draw on whatever, because their mother said that was their creativity coming out. And she gave them full license to be the kids that they were and to develop their creativity into the most that it could be. And of course, we ended up with the Felicia Rashad and we ended up with a Debbie Allen, both in their respective crafts being just out there. Are you that kind of mom?
I try to be. I really, really do try to be. I think that I commend her 1,000% for that. That is being the type of person who was raised maybe in a very strict household, and then trying to break down those walls and allowing your children to just be free. It's so difficult, and it will have you in such a mind-bending, I don't even know, paralysis. Like, of course, I want my children to be kids, and kids are going to make mistakes, and they're pretty much free spirits. Yes, you can change it.
Shelly said, Langston said, this is my stream.
Listen, this is her show.
No.
This is her show today. But what I'm saying is, in order to break those walls down. Okay, you can go turn it on. You got it? Yeah. Okay. In order to break those walls down, it takes an internal battle, because you do want to just follow what your parents did. You're like, oh, well, I turned out fine, so I'll just apply these things and we'll go forth. But then I think to myself, like, everything is connected, and maybe if I did get to make more mistakes without such harsh punishments, I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't be so high strung. It wouldn't be such a battle for me. So just breaking generational curses and allowing them to be boundless now while they're young and they can make mistakes, so that it teaches them the process, make the mistake, correct it on your own without having to be like institutionalized into a certain way.
Now, with your husband, is that the general consensus all the way across the board in your co-parenting?
We're getting there. We are absolutely, it's baby steps over there. I feel like maybe they had a more strict household than ours, because he can't take it. He cannot take it. I'm telling you, when Langston drew on her face, he was just like, what is this? Like, put all the markers away. Nobody touches markers for a whole day. And I'm like, no, it's okay. You don't have to take away the markers. Like, we can just wash her face. She's learned the consequence. Like, she already learned it herself. She doesn't like the marker on her face, so she'll get it off when she gets it off. It's a conversation that goes on a lot, because I made the decision even before having kids, like, all right, these are the things that I absolutely don't want to do, and these are the things that I want to correct throughout my parenting that I didn't like as a kid. And he also said that there were some things that he wanted to correct, but then when certain things happen, I feel like his battle is more verbal. He's like, like all up in arms, and I'm having my battle in my head, like, okay, Shelly, calm down. We're two different people in that, right? But we are on the same page where it's like, okay, let them learn their lessons. Like, let them learn them now, so that when they get older, they'll understand what that process is in their head.
I got you. Good afternoon, Stacy Blessed One. I just wanted to acknowledge you. She is a streamer out there, you guys. And if you're not following Stacy Blessed One, I promise you she will bless your whole life. Thank you for coming in today. So this is a dynamic that even with the millennials, there's still some old school out there mixed with the new school with the da. And so how do you guys find that happy balance in the home?
Happy balance of old school and new school.
because I think he represents the old school. So I can say it's my nephew. And so definitely we are definitely old school, conservative school. I even have evolved, and I shared this several months ago on one of the podcast streams. I don't remember which one, that I have opted in my older years to say no to corporal punishment. And our motto used to be beat the meat, beat the meat. Yep. Beat the meat. Where's the belts? Like a beat.
Gene, stop saying beat the meat. That means something totally different now. Stop saying it, please. I can't. I'm like listening to you in my head. Beat the meat does not mean what you think it means anymore.
Don't say it anymore.
No, you can't say it. You can't use that one anymore. Listen. I cannot.
New days, new flames. I can't say beat the meat anymore. Oh no, okay.
That's not what it means anymore at all. At all. That beat the meat goes along with tantra now. You can't. You can't.
Oh my God! Yes, Crazy Berry Town. We said beat the meat. That's what a spanking was, and the kids knew it right down to her husband. When we said beat the meat, but it's okay. I'm saying it now just to see you change colors. Beat the meat. Beat the meat. Beat the meat.
reBOOT is a safe space, so you can say it here, but don't just know now. From now on, you can't go out in the street saying it. But.
I can't get out the street.
No.
Oh my God.
But it's hard. It's hard trying to find that balance because I feel like, so I kind of grew up in two different houses, just a little bit of backstory, because I feel like your childhood is a reflection of the moves that you make now. How you were raised very much carries with you through adulthood. So that being said, I feel like in my mom's house, it was more of, you ever heard the phrase like, are you gonna cross the line and suffer the consequences, or stand behind the line for the rest of your life, never knowing what's on the other side? Okay. And my mom was very much so, you're gonna stand on this side. I don't care what you want to explore over there. We're not going over there. It's not happening. Yes. Because of that, we were very cared for. Hang on, I'm going to grab Sean.
Sure. Go ahead and grab Sean Mason. So just so you know, I just learned today that I can no longer say the endearing beat the meat that my family used to use when we were dealing with whether or not it was time to give our children a spanking. So since I've been informed of that so eloquently that I can no longer use that terminology. And let me just say, to continue that thought as she's commandeering and grabbing up one of the babies, I have recently, I won't say recently, but I have been converted, y'all. And maybe this is new school coming in, but I have been converted, which is where I was going with that story, that I'm not any longer an advocate of laying hands violently on our children as a means of discipline. And that's just something that I've personally chosen of. You can't stop giggling, Crazy Berry Town. Beat the meat, beat the meat, beat the meat. So, you know.
And it's the fact that one reason is encouraging it. Say it. Say it whenever you want. No, she can't say it. I can't take it.
For everybody that is here, Sean Mason has made his arrival. He is the youngest of the three. That's my guy. I love you, Sean Mason.
Can you say hi again?
Hi, no. Sean Mason. Hi. Hi, Sean Mason. Hi. I got to get my camera, make sure my hand's in the camera. Hi, Sean Mason. Hi. Yeah, that was you making all that noise in there, man. He said, I just want to
one wave.
He needed to get his 15 minutes of fame in the camera too.
He was stuck in the toy box. So this is what I mean. Like this, how he got stuck in the toy box, I have no idea.
Is he a climber? He's a climber.
He's a climber. He's all of that. A jumper. If he finds something, he can try to get up under. Oftentimes he gets up under Langston's bed and he'll just sit there. He'll just sit there playing with his toys under her bed. I'm like, oh my goodness.
But I think all of your kids are climbers, aren't they?
Oh, yes. All of them, yes, they will find a way. One thing about them, they will find a way.
I know Nick is athletic. Were you athletic also?
In high school, I did sports, but I wasn't very athletic. I think I did sports in high school more for like the socialization. Just so I didn't have to like go home and do chores. So I was like, I'd rather do track.
So you didn't have to go home and do chores.
So I didn't have to go home and do chores. You want to stay up here?
Oh man, he said, yeah, put me back on your lap. So to bring you back to where we were, because I was basically in that interim sharing that I have moved across the line and said I no longer espouse to the idea of putting my hands on children for the purpose of discipline. You were talking about your mother being that person that was like, here's the line, don't cross it. Tell us more along that line. And I appreciate you. This is our day, in case you didn't know. This is our day to really learn about Shelly Welly. So we're enjoying. Yeah, this is awesome. This is beautiful. Give us more about that scenario.
She didn't really, and now I have a whining dog. I have a kids crying, dog whining. Everybody needs my attention. But no, my mom did not really, she wasn't really physical a lot. I mean, we did get whooping, spanking. I'm pretty sure like everyone else around that time. But not often. She more so, it was like, your child stay in a child's place, but a child's place never ended, and it was the same through all ages. Okay. So as we got older, certain questions that we had maybe when we were younger were just never answered. So all throughout childhood, all the way up into teenage years, particularly with conversations pertaining to like body autonomy and sex, there were so many unanswered questions for me because I'm, again, standing behind that line, obviously curious of what's on the other side, but not really wanting to cross. So unfortunately for me, you want what, mommy? Yeah, I can help you. Give me just a second, okay?
No.
You want me to do it right now?
No, someone will show the remote.
You need the remote.
Langston, I hear you, Langston.
Because she needs right now attention.
Right now.
Right now. Okay, come on, let's go change your show and then we'll be right back.
That's
just
cool.
A moment. I'm so sorry, guys.
You are good. You are good. So this is a conversation today. We're getting an opportunity to know. And I said, you know what? While we got Phoenix Lior, who's out of the country, literally out of the country in the tropical environment that she's in right now, just kick back, probably sipping on a pina colada, something along that line, showing all of that skin that she loves to show, all of that beautiful Nubian flesh that she has. I love her. I love her. I love her. I said, this is a day for you guys to get to know a little bit more about Shelly Welly. And it's not just about, you see us come in, you see us have conversations. You saw her reaction to tantrum sex. She wasn't having it, y'all. She wasn't having it. I still don't think she's buying it. I said, this is a good opportunity for us to get a chance to know those that are coming and sharing and talking with you guys. So feel free in the chat. If you guys got some things that you'd like to ask Shelly Welly, she said she's open. We've got some other things that we're going to talk about. And I appreciate this. I appreciate that our millennials, that whole idea of openness, that whole idea of giving the youth and the young people an opportunity to she had tantrum. She had a tantrum. She wasn't having no tantrum sex. She just wasn't having it. She literally had a tantrum about that.
Yes. Yes,
okay, Shelly, go right ahead. I was just chit-chatting and talking to him while you're gone.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But no, I was just saying my mom wasn't really violent. She just didn't answer a lot of questions. So I spent a lot of my childhood wandering. Okay, I gotta grab Sean again. Sorry.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Stacy, bless one. I see you cracking up because listen, at the end of the day, it was the cracks that, and she's still not converted. One reason, I'm gonna have to have Mike City come back in here and have another conversation along with she is first lady because she's not converted. But anyway, back to the line and your mama.
Yes. My mom had us behind the line, didn't answer a lot of questions. So I spent a lot of time just wondering, not really knowing. And I feel like had I had the exposure from a trusted adult like my mother, I wouldn't have had to suffer through certain things or not really understand certain things. I feel like the closeness. Oh, I feel like the closeness. When one reason said that she had a tantrum, I thought he was talking about Langston.
No, he's talking about you.
No, definitely me. But yeah, I wish I would have had that certain closeness with her so that I felt more comfortable. But that's essentially the space I want to provide for my kiddos. I want to make sure that they know through all conversations, any conversation they can have with me. I feel like even now, with my oldest just being 6, we've had some pretty difficult conversations that I never would have had with my mom at 6 years old. Like, absolutely not.
Do you think most millennials and younger people are really choosing a different path for parenting from the generation that you were reared in? Do you find that pretty much? And I know you can't speak for all millennials and everybody in your age group, but do you do you get that as a trend from the majority of your experience and the people that you're around your age? Do you feel like many of you are choosing a totally different parenting path?
I think we are. I think a lot of millennials are choosing a different parenting path. From the people that I talk to daily who are also parents, a lot of people are stepping away from using any type of corporal punishment. Not pop, like a hand pop, not a butt swat, not a belt, nothing. And it's working. It's working for them. I am cautious of the different scenarios though, because I noticed some people, when they removed corporal punishment, they removed punishment altogether. And I truly do believe that when you're being raised, you do have to learn some type of discipline, obviously, because when you get older, you are going to have to work, whether that be for yourself or for a job, which means you're going to have the self-discipline to be able to make whatever transaction you're working for. So it's a fine line. I feel like you can absolutely parent without physical punishment, but there has to be some type of punishment whenever things really are not going right, because if you're not, how are they going to learn? Mm-hmm. They have to learn. Just like you have to be able to have uncomfortable conversations with your kids, you have to also be able to teach uncomfortable lessons.
On the flip side of that, do you find or feel judged by the generations before you in your change and choice of parenting? Do you ever feel that as a pressure?
I sometimes, and not heavily, but you do get the side eyes or the if you did this, he wouldn't act like that, or I would have gotten this if I did that, which is very frustrating, but it's not anything that's like I can't handle, or it's too much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to commend you and say kudos. A 6-year-old down to how old is Sean Mason?
Sean Mason is 1.
1 year old.
Month counters. He's 16 months.
16 months. So they got the Hallelujah chorus going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody all at once.
Everybody wants to be in this camera shot.
Yes, for sure. And this is just life. Like I do everything with a child in my arms. Sometimes I even shower with my hand outside the bathtub, holding somebody's hand.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is what life has become, and it's truly a balance. Hi, what's up? What's up?
Oh, she just needs some love. I want to say kudos, because I do want to say that while we look at our younger generation, and there may be a real breaking away from the way that we raised and the way that we operated. I still think that you're doing an excellent job. I think you're to be commended because a lot of individuals, it's, you know, to think about three children from the age of 6 down to 1, and being able to juggle and maneuver and handle all of it, and to do it efficiently and effectively while allowing them to develop and be the little human beings that they are. I think it's just marvelous. I just think it's absolutely marvelous. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna give you some applause for that right now. Kudos. I love it.
Langston, stand up. Okay, I've turned your show on, so you can go watch it. If you want some water, you can go get water out of mommy's room.
Okay, so what's going on, Sean Mason? What's going on, sir?
I'm here to chat.
Yeah, you're here to have some conversation too.
Say hi. There you go. Yay! Hi.
There's that wave. Love it. I love you, man. I love you.
On the flip side of everything, it's so important to have a balance.
Okay.
What's wrong, mommy? My goodness. It's so important to have a balance. Yeah, I'm going to step away and grab her.
And I'm going to do some chatting here while you step away, and it's all good. Now, so you all, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, man, before the age of 30 and me having 3 children, if you had 3 children by the time you were 30, put a 1 in the chat. If you had 3 children before you were 30 years old, put a 1 in the chat. And I want to have some conversation with you. I am looking and I'm saying, I have to just really say hats off, because I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. And those of you all, give me, if for all the parents in the chat, just put a 1 in. Nobody's put in 3 kids, but okay, BTD mom, you got a 1 in the chat. You had 3 children before 30. Anybody else that had 3 children before the age of 30 that's in my chat? Anybody else that had 3 children before the age of 30 that's in my chat, please put a 1 in the chat. So BTD mom, that question of how you juggle all of that work life. One reason said, nope. How you juggle the 3 children, work life, home life, married life, all of that together. That's a lot. And at the same time, I think that for you, I want you to applaud yourself, pat yourself on the back as well, because it's more than just a notion. Not 3 children by age 30, but 4 by age 33. Whoa, okay, come through, SK, come through. Listen, I'm gonna give 1 up for you guys too. Yeah, I gotta give 1 up for you guys too, because parenting is it's a gift from God. It's a gift from God. And those of you that do it and do it well and allow your children to express themselves, explore and experience, that is just something that I just got to give it up for you. Since I've made this declaration at this age and stage that I'm not an advocate of corporal punishment, I don't know. At before 30, beat the meat. Before 30, I guarantee you it was going to be beat the meat. You had a great support system. In other words, your daddy, your mama, and 2 awesome sisters come through BTD mom. And it took a village to raise the children. It was that village that was there. It was that village that was in place. It was that village that during summertime, when the kids, instead of having to pay to go to summer camp, they were able to go go and give that family time and that connection with extended family, which also meant that you got to keep a little bit more in your pocketbook. And I just want us to be aware and conscious of the fact in these days and times, a lot of young people that age do not have that anymore. They don't have the same type of support system that some of us had, because first and foremost, a lot of the grandparents are actually working and out there doing their thing in the street, making it happen on a job as well. So they're not available. Some of them may be physically unable to actually take care of the grandchildren or whatever the case may be. They may be in different localities where you're talking about somebody's in one side of the state while the rest of the family's on a whole another side of the state. And so you don't have those opportunities. And so when I find this in these days and times, which says to me, Shelly, I want to give you, because they're done young, come through one reason. I want to give you kudos because you're resourceful. You're showing how resourceful you are. And tell me how you tap resources, because you're not necessarily, even right where you are now, you don't have family members that can come and watch the kids like we had and keep them for X number of weeks, not just days, but I mean, literally, I can remember when my nephews would come to my mother's house and they would stay not just weeks, but the whole entire summer. When you don't necessarily have those kinds of dynamics, how do you find yourself in 2021 being resourceful to be able to make all of that happen and still keep it rolling?
I'm actually not the greatest with that. I really do try. There's plenty of resources out here. One significant part about our lifestyle that I don't know if many of the podcasters know is that we are a military family. So there's a lot of resources out here for a military family. There's childcare, there are like new parenthood classes, but the pandemic put a stop to a lot of them because they were all in-person activities. So for instance, childcare is a crisis out here where we are right now because on base, they're offering primary childcare to single soldiers, of course, which I have no problem with. And then dual military families, so where both parents are soldiers. And then third priority is both parents working, which all of this makes sense. But the problem that they're running into now is that because of the pandemic and the vaccine mandates, they don't have as many workers. Okay. So you have different levels of priority, and you have a lot of people who have kids who need help, but they can't. So thankfully, other things have been implemented. They now offer different programs where you can take your children to a facility that's off base, and the off base facility will prorate the amount that you pay for daycare to match the amount that you would pay on base. So that's nice. But even with all of those programs and things that are offered to be helpful, I have a hard time taking my kids to childcare providers. We went to a few childcare centers, and just family members or people that our parents knew growing up. And I remember at one facility, I think it was like our pastor or somebody's pastor, my grandma's pastor, and his wife who were watching us. And the pastor was so mean. I mean, so mean to us as children. I remember he would literally whoop my brother, this man that we didn't even know. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't know if my mom knew, or I'm sure she didn't know. I mean, who would keep taking their kids somewhere that they knew that somebody was whooping their kids? So that scares me to know that things like that could happen. And it's hard for me to relinquish. And maybe it's a part of like being anxious and I think a lot of my anxiety comes from never knowing growing up. And now I'm an adult, and it's like, I'm comfortable here now. I'm comfortable not knowing. So I don't even want to step over the line.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of my challenges come from. So there are opportunities for me to be resourceful and have help, but I just don't use them. That's kind of where I'm bad at. But here recently, I have acknowledged that I can't do it all by myself. I'm not super mom. I will literally drive myself crazy trying to do it all by myself. It was a tough realization, but I've recently started looking for childcare centers. I'm trying to go off of recommendations from friends of places they've gone and they like for their kids, or people that they use that they like for their kids, because it's hard. Yeah, it is really hard. It's hard being isolated with no family, no real friends. And that's not to say that I haven't connected with anyone here, but I guess what I'm saying is I haven't connected with anyone on the level where it's like, okay, come watch my kids, or can I drop my kids off at your house for a couple of days?
Yes.
So that's another challenge to being a young parent and mother. Either one, because I'm sure there are some dads too who are just like, man, we need a break, but just can't get it.
Got you. Now, I know the kids are getting restless and all that, and that's all fine and good. But I appreciate you taking the time. I want to just explore this real quickly, especially during the holidays. I don't know if Sean Mason's going to let you do it or not, but with regards to, I know this is a conversation that I've had, and this is a conversation that I think is real. BTD mom said, just like school, drop in and observe. Start just doing drive-bys and drop in and observe. Is it open enough that you guys can drop in, or is there COVID restriction even with that?
You know what's so scary? That it's not. Like, even my son is in elementary school right now, and parents are not allowed inside the building. Like, even at pickup and drop off, we have to stand outside to drop off. Even it's so scary. The first day of school, I wasn't able to walk him to his classroom. I had a really nice secretary who understood my fear, and so she gave me a map. She gave me a map of the school, and she marked his classroom for me so that in case of emergency, I would at least know where he was. But parents are not allowed in schools right now. So I can't just pop in, and I don't think it might be the same for childcare. Like I said, I just recently started the search for childcare.
Okay.
To get some help in that avenue.
He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it.
Bump his chin. Oh. But I'm hoping that once we do get to, you okay? Let me see.
Oh, poor thing.
Once we do get to a position of getting the kids in childcare, I will be able to.
Oh.
How is it?
My little guy, he's having an issue there, you guys. So, Sean Mason, bless your heart, Sean Mason.
She sees you and she cares.
Sean Mason.
But yeah, just hoping to be able to drop in for sure.
Cool.
Like BTV said.
Cool.
Because that was a big bonus of pre-pandemic days that I think we all took for granted.
That you could actually just drop in and check it out.
You can come in and check things out.
Bless his heart. Does he need a nap? Is it nap time? Is it nap time?
You know what? I think his last one was a bit short. Short.
So there's some more sleep in there that he needs to get out.
Yeah, get some winks out.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up and let you share. You've done a beautiful job, and there's some other things.
I appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying, I appreciate it.
There's some other things that we'll explore. He's like, no, ma'am, no, sir. No, ma'am, no, sir. No, ma'am, no. Sean Mason. He's done. He's done, Shelly.
Okay, we're gonna go bye-bye. You wanna say bye? No, want to say bye.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think Sean Mason has had all he can take today. He said, I'm just through. I'm done. I'm over it. So at the end of the day, Shelly Welly, all kinds of kudos to you. We appreciate you for taking this time and allowing us to have this conversation. I got you back in there. I punched you out, but I punched you back in real quickly. Whatever you'd like to say, and I'm gonna let you wrap it up because I know you got your hands full, sis.
I think Sean is saying it all for me. I think he's saying it all for me.
Oh,
You want to say bye?
Bye.
Give you a break today.
Bye. That's a no. That's a no to the bye.
But yeah, this is the balance. You kind of have these moments where there's other things you want to do, but parenthood calls.
Parenthood is calling.
Parenthood is calling.
Bye, Sean Mason. Bye.
But thank you for listening to What You Could. I would love to have more conversation. I would love to continue the conversation another day.
We will do it another day.
I can't right now. I'm being summoned.
I understand. We love you, Shelly Welly.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Let me give it up to you one more time. And there you have it, Shelly Welly and those beautiful children who said, listen, at the end of the truck driver said, don't make the baby use strong words. Oh shoot! Listen, I cued it in to see, but baby, he ain't having it, y'all. And there you have it. This is reBOOT, and so we're gonna reboot the reboot and let the baby reboot and let the parent reboot. We appreciate everybody that came in today. I appreciate y'all. And Shelly Welly, we love you. We love you. We love you. And here we go. Mwah! On behalf of the reBOOT team, and we missed you, Phoenix Leor. See you next time. Mad love to you. Come through.
reBOOT, growth, reBOOT, longevity, reBOOT, understanding, reBOOT, and integrity. reBOOT, me and you, reBOOT, we on the road, reBOOT, grass, reBOOT, top discovery. reBOOT, got a lot to learn in this life, reBOOT, and I'm excited. Gonna do it with my people, like mine. What you gonna do when you need reBOOT? What you gonna do?